back to my YouTube channel. So today's video, I'm going to be doing it on the beginner's guide to owning chinchillas, or just to chinchillas in general. By the way, if my voice sounds really weird, it's because I have a cold right now and I can't really do anything about it. Yeah, this video I just think might be a help for any new time owner chinchillas. I hope that nobody just went out and bought a chinchilla on an impulse buy and that you did your research first. But just in case you didn't, or if you still need some help with that, this video is here to help you. This is everything that you need to know when you first get your chinchilla. And by everything, I mean just like the bare necessity of what you need to know, because obviously there's a ton of other things that come with owning chinchillas, but this is just kind of like the beginner's guide and like the checklist. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So I'm first going to start off with some things that you should consider and know when getting a chinchilla or when owning a chinchilla. And the first thing is that chinchillas need to be kept in pairs. They are naturally herd animals, and in the wild they live in big groups. And so when you have them in captivity, you need to be owning them in pairs. I'm going to do a whole video on why chinchillas shouldn't live alone. Merlin lives alone because of other reasons, and I will actually like write that up into the description box because I don't want to sit here forever and explain why he lives alone. But Merlin lives alone for a special reason. But most of the time, chinchillas need to be living in pairs. Next thing that you guys should know is that chinchillas overheat very easily. They, unlike most animals, don't sweat. Okay, not that many. They don't sweat, so when they get overheated, they just retain, like, they don't sweat like we do. So their hair follicles are really dense, and they should be kept in about 65 to 70 degree like area. So Fahrenheit, by the way. So the next thing is that chinchillas are crepuscular, and if you don't know what that means, it means that they are most active during dawn and dusk. Obviously, it's like the middle of the day right now, and Merlin is quite active. Well, he's not super active, but he's up and running, kind of. Not really, but anyway. I know people who work during the day or go to school just find it easier to spend time with their chinchillas during the morning and evening, so that might be a benefit for you. The next thing is that they are very fragile rodents. They are very fragile rodents because their ribs are like the size of toothpicks, like the thickness of toothpicks. They're very fragile, and they have really small, thin bones. So that is something that you should consider. I don't know why he's decided to be underneath his cage right now. Next thing is that most chinchillas dislike being held, and they're not really cuddly pets. Now, there are exceptions, but most chinchillas in general just don't like to be held. If you are looking for a pet to hold and cuddle with on the couch or somewhere, chinchillas are not your best animal for that. That's more like rabbits if you're going for small rodents, but they're not really cuddly pets because they also overheat quickly, so you can't really hold them for too long because of your body heat. The thing is, chinchillas are also quite expensive, especially if you get them from breeders and rescues. Now, Merlin, he came from PetSmart, so he was really cheap. He was like $165, and he's also a standard gray, which is the cheapest I think that you can get. So he wasn't that expensive compared to other chinchillas, but they are fairly expensive. They're not like guinea pigs or hamsters that are just, you know, in the 50 below range. And the last thing is that finding exotic vets can be difficult. Since they are an exotic animal, you can't just go to any vet out there, any cat and dog vet. You need to go to somebody who specializes with exotic animals so that they can take care of your chinchilla in the best way possible. So now that we have that done, now that you guys know that kind of stuff, let's move on to what your chinchilla is going to need. So you brought them home, and maybe you have supplies or maybe you don't, but let's just get into what they need. And I'm not going to go into huge detail here. I just kind of grouped them into groups. And the first thing is a cage. Obviously, your chinchilla needs to live somewhere, and a cage is where they'll live. And this is my cage. It is just a Critter Nation model 162, so it's a double unit, and here are the dimensions if you guys are curious about that. I don't think you can see it too well, but you're gonna need a cage, and my recommendation is 5 feet tall and like 2.5 feet wide, or anything that this cage is. I don't know. You just need a really big cage for chinchillas. And as far as the location, you just need a quiet place where there's not going to be a lot of human traffic during the day, and also where there is no direct sun like shining on them. I have this curtain here, and when it passes like 10 o'clock, there's no need really to keep it closed. So, by the way, my camera, I don't know what I did with the settings, but like it's turning certain stuff like black and white. It's really weird. The next thing they're going to need is cage accessories, and what I mean by that is water bottles like this. They're going to need food bowls, toys, hideouts, and a wheel, which is an exercise wheel. So these are just some of the accessories that you're going to need for your chinchilla cage. And also, I didn't mention this, but ledges are needed because your chinchillas like to jump around and hop around a lot and climb. And so just having levels, or even just like the middle level to a critter nation, is not enough. You need ledges for them to hop around and be creative with. I have one down there, and I'm also going to be making more ledges and be putting them in different parts of his cage because he doesn't have that many right now. So the third thing is dust in a dust container. So this is the container up here that I keep his dust in. Dust is very important for chinchillas, and this is how they bathe, so you need to have dust. And never use sand or dirt or anything like that. Just use blue cloud dust. It is the best stuff for chinchillas, and it helps keep their fur nice and healthy and oil free, and that's what you should give them at least like twice a week or something. So I ordered mine from the online chinchilla website called AZ Chins for I think 10 pounds for $20 or something like that. It was a really good deal. So just buy them some good quality dust and you'll be good to go. Next thing is hay and pellets. And so this is just Merlin's pellets right here, and then his hay bag. Again, I don't know what's wrong with the color. It's not gray, it's green, but for some reason the color is just really weird. I don't know. But I just keep his hay in this container here, and then his pellets in that container there. So that's what we keep for his food, and I have a whole video on that too. By the way, I will be linking a lot of videos go into depth of all this kind of stuff in the description box, so please check that out if you are a new time beginner chinchilla owner. Anyway, so the next thing you're going to need is bedding, and there are, again, I have a whole video on that, but there are different types of bedding. I use fleece for Merlin personally and tile. So you can kind of just decide and see what works best for you, and I have a whole video on that. But that is something that you're going to need for your chinchilla cage. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is cleaning, because that is a big part of being a chinchilla owner as well. So as far as cleaning, you're going to be needing to do daily cleaning. So for daily cleaning, it's just sweeping and tidying up in their cage. I just, like this morning I did it, but he already got it really dirty. Every morning I sweep up the poop and bits of hay and stuff and food that comes out of his food bowl. Just basically, I just tidy up the whole area. I'll straighten anything that needs to be straightened, and I do that every day because that way I can see, does he need more chew toys? Did he ruin something in his cage? Do I need to replace something? Just things like that, and you do that pretty much every day. And then the next thing is weekly deep cleaning. I clean Merlin's cage once a week, and I take out the bedding and I replace that. I put new fleece covers. I clean this tile, and I actually use this natural cleaning product. The color is so weird. This bottle is purple. I have no idea what is going on with my camera. I might have clicked something, but yeah, it's purple, and it's just the Method anti-bac stuff. But this brand is really natural and easy on, you know, kids and pets. That's why I use it, and I just use it on his tile. So you're going to need to clean your chinchilla cage once a week, whether or not you have loose bedding or tiled bedding or fleece bedding. And then the next thing is you're going to need to do a yearly whole deep cleaning, where you have to take out the cage, or you don't have to, but you just really have to clean and work in all the grooves that dust and poop and everything pee gets into. And I'm actually going to be doing a video on a deep cleaning on his cage, like a spring cleaning, where I'll actually like take the cage outside and then hose it off and everything in a couple weeks now. So guys, stay tuned for that. You're just going to need to do a whole yearly cleaning where you just pay attention to every little part of their cage and get it nice and clean. So that is it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I kind of think I went over everything I should have, but that's okay. That's kind of just what you need when you're first getting your chinchilla. He's deciding to hide back here. That's just kind of what you're going to need when you're first getting your chinchilla, and just how to care for it. So obviously you figure things out as you become an owner and, you know, just own your chinchilla for a while. But yeah, this is just a quick beginner's guide to your chinchilla. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below any videos you guys like to see, and I will see you next week if Merlin wants to even come to the camera.